Hey everyone, and welcome to Stabler and Friends. It is January 4th, about 5 p.m. Doing another podcast today. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do one today. The top story is still we don't have a lot of information on that Damar Hamlin situation from the Monday Night Football game, and talking about serious subjects is an uncomfortable thing for me. I try my best to handle it right, and I just get nervous. I want to make sure that I share the respect for Damar Hamlin and everybody going through this right now. So we are going to talk about that today. That will be our top story today on Stabler and Friends today. It is just me. I'm hoping we're going to do another podcast on Friday, and I should have some friends, and we'll have a little bit of fun and look forward to the what's going on this weekend in sports. But yeah, let's talk about Damar Hamlin, who was sent to the hospital after the Monday Night Football game between the Bills and the Bengals, after a collision with another player. The latest updates I've read say he's heading in the right direction, but they haven't released too much information to the media. So I'm getting the news in as quick as I can. I don't have inside sources. I have my search on Twitter. That's the best I've seen so far. I want to go back to Monday night when I first saw that hit. I didn't think anything of it at first, to be honest. Like I looked at it, it looked like a clean hit to the chest. He popped right back up and then he went back down. I'm thinking that's uh, maybe he got the wind knocked out of him. Maybe he stood up and maybe there was something with the leg that just didn't sit right. They went to commercial, they came back, and then you see like tears in the player's eyes. That's when you know like something isn't right. Usually we think, oh no, it's a neck injury or a head injury, and you wish the best for him, but this hit to the chest, and the player ended up needing CPR on the field to attempt to save his life. These are times where the dangers of football become a reality, and it really sinks in on these guys genuinely putting their lives on the line game in and game out. I I'm on a positive note. I'm happy that they do have some of the best medical attention in the NFL than they do in the entire country, possibly the world. Uh, that they were able to get somebody out there right away and try and resuscitate him while the ambulance and paramedics were on their way. Um, I'll get back to talking about Damar and the character of his wonderful personality, but I do want to talk a little bit more of what we saw on the field. So once Hamlin was taken off the field in the ambulance, the teams were notified they will have 5 minutes to talk with their team and get ready for the game to resume. Uh, this was reported, I believe, by Joe Buck. And I mean, you see Joe Burrow warming up on the sideline, and then you kind of see like I remember talking to Haley, my wife, and I'm saying I don't think they can go on with this game. And then you see Bill's head coach Sean McDermott, and head coach for the Bengals, Zach Taylor, meeting up on the field with the referees. They pulled the players, they called a suspension to the game to get things straightened out. Now, the NFL came out and said that they never once mentioned the continuing the game, but from what I saw, it begs to differ. I think they're kind of pulling a PR stunt to say that it didn't happen, but that was the information Joe Buck got. ESPN is sticking by with the information they were told. With Joe Burrow on the sideline warming up, I did see players warming up. So I just really want to give the praises to the head coaches for setting aside a meaningful game and making sure the loved ones had their time to process, to be with their loved ones. This just isn't a time to worry about football. This was a time to band together and show the respect to everyone, and that's what these guys did on the field, and I just want to praise that. While this is going on, you have America's favorite sports troll, Skip Bayless, who's tweeting, and I'll pull up what his tweet said. Just give me a quick moment. His first tweet stated, and this is while he's on the ground given CPR. I don't even think the ambulance has arrived yet. And he says, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant, which it is irrelevant. And I don't know. He later came out and he said in a different tweet, nothing is more important than that young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters. Again, everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to. I I don't know. Skip Bayless. I try and take things from a non-biased of a perspective as I can. When it comes to Skip Bayless, he has made a living off of purposely having the wrong take just to get a rise out of people, to get his ratings up. And he's damn good at it because the people on social media, they flock to this. I mean, these hot take shows, they're not just him, but they aren't for real sports fans. The sports industry, they got the real sports fans. We're diehards. We're already hooked to the game. Like we come for the game. No, they are trying to get the audience of the casuals who care about certain issues and love to argue on social media. Skip Bayless does that. And between him and Stephen A. Smith, there's nobody better at hot takes. It's not the kind of shows that I care for personally. And I get that that's part of getting your audience up, but this time it went too far. It was just 100% too far. There's a man's life on the line, and he has the audacity to think that this is okay. And I'm gonna admit, like, I hate to admit this, but the first one of the first thoughts ran through my head uh, is I'm a few points from Stephon Diggs getting me $50 in a championship, or I'm a commissioner of a football league and I'm gonna have to figure out what the outcome is if this game gets canceled. But I'm thankful I get down on myself for having thoughts like that, but I'm thankful that I could quickly regroup my thoughts and think this is way bigger than fantasy. This is way bigger than a game of who gets home field advantage in the playoffs. Like I say it again, the person's life was on the line, and not only that, he's a wonderful philanthropist who spends his off time in the community. I mean, I'm no saint. I beat myself up thinking about that, but I mean, Skip, on the other hand, felt like it was his opportunity to get in the limelight, play the heel, which in wrestling we call the bad guy the heel, playing a part where it seems like you're the bad guy to get the good guys over and things like that. But he's playing the heel and he's backing up his tweet so much that Shannon Sharp went off on Skip today because he was so genuinely upset. I don't know if this is a work because they've done this kind of thing before where they're attempting to build off of each other, or if he really is upset. But I would hope that it was genuine, and I feel for what Shannon went through today, and I hope we can find a way to get rid of these hot take trolls who have no remorse for their actions. Like it's sickening that they put that on national television, but that's what gets the ratings, so I totally get it. um Sorry for my rant on the Skip Bayless thing. Let's get back to Damar Hamlin. All you need to do is check this guy's videos. I think he has a YouTube page or a TikTok. I've seen a lot of the videos, and he is just a great soul. He has a lot of character. He has a charity. It's called the Chasing M's Foundation Community Toy Drive. This is to help children with like back to school supplies, getting them toys on Christmas or the holidays. In the past 2 days, the foundation has raised over $6 million. I mean, it's a silver lining to the situation. And when I think about these things, it puts things into perspective of loving, calling your loved ones, because you never know when it's like the last time. And it I mean, it's a horrible situation, but there is a silver lining to this. And when I see this, it really reminds me of why I love what the sports community can bring to the world. I want to wish my best towards the recovery of Damar Hamlin, and would like to thank him and every other athlete who are going above and beyond in the community. So often we focus on the negative topics that align with sports and athletes, and while they do shed light on making changes, excuse me, I'm gonna take a quick break. My dog is squeaking at me and it's distracted me. 1 second, we'll take a quick. All right, take two. I apologize about that. My dog comes down and he is a machine. I take him running for an hour a day, and you think he's gonna take a nap, and then he pops up and he's got a squeak toy. I was getting a little distracted, so now he's up playing with my wife upstairs, and so now we can get back to this. Sorry to interrupt it at such a moment, but what I was saying is focusing on the good, positive issues that happen, and I know that a lot of these negative issues need to be brought up, and they are pressing issues, and they do create change. I really enjoy seeing these more positive outlooks of what these guys bring to the world. For example, right now, if you want to Google just right now the Walter Payton Award candidates, and you'll read a story of a player from each team who is doing something with their community, whether it's charity or it's them just spending their own time outside of work to go to the hospital or take some kids out to a ball game or something along the lines of that. It's definitely worth looking up. And I mean, this is a great foundation, this Chasing M's Foundation. One more time, it is Chasing M's Foundation Community Toy Drive. If you wanted to check that out, or there are a ton of other charities ran by NFL players as well. The family of Damar Hamlin's family did come out and they said, please, if you are going to donate, make sure you're donating to the right one, because it sounds like there's a few GoFundMe scanners. So just make sure if you are the person that is able to donate, that you give it to the right person and not a scammer. Heads up, if you see anybody that has the name Brett Favre associated with it, it's likely a scam. So don't give them any money. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I had it. I really was feeling this genuine stuff, and I finished it off with maybe a tacky joke there. I'm known for going a little too far. I apologize. That's me making light of a situation. It's my escape route from uncomfortable situations, so I apologize. But this is a sports show, and I do have so much love, and I appreciate all the love going out for Damar Hamlin, and hopefully we can get some news, and it's positive news. So, well, I've broke the gate of tackiness. I might as well double down. I don't know the appropriate time to start talking about when it does come to fantasy football and how to finish the season. There's a lot of other people in this situation right now. The game has been postponed. They're saying possibly to a later date, but there just doesn't seem like there's any time to fit it in. I know that my league, we decided to just count it as is, count it as a scratch and move on. It wasn't a super close game. There was a chance for somebody to come back, but it wasn't close enough that I felt that we should change anything. So we have our champion. Other situations are a little bit closer. I know my wife's league, they're 1 point apart, and one team has a Josh Allen and the other has T. Higgins and the Bills kicker. So that could be a toss up. They're looking at maybe doing a redo week 18. Another league I heard, they're allowing those players to just use their week 18 points and cover them back to week 17. So however you do it, just try and be respectful to the decision of the commissioner, because I know that nobody wants to deal with this, and there's not a right answer. And overall, like, we don't want to be worrying about this stuff. Like, let's just like make the decision that you want and let's move on, because there are so many bigger things in life than fantasy football. It's a great thing to bring us together. It's fun competition, but this is again putting into the perspective of what's going on. Oh, guys, I just really didn't feel like there was much else to talk about right now. So I think this is basically going to be my episode. I'll give you a quick heads up. We will be doing a show on Friday, like I said. If you are enjoying this podcast, please hit the like button to this episode and subscribe, because I'm really enjoying hearing from everybody that's listening, and it's cool to see the numbers go up and know that I'm connecting with so many other people. And I mean, I'd love to have anybody on the show who's interested. It's always a good time to have some friends. But I love you all. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll catch up on Friday, where we'll go over the NFL playoff scenarios. We'll talk about the college football bowl games over the past week, and a look towards the championship game Monday night, and whatever else comes up in the meantime. Thank you guys so much for listening to Stabler and Friends, and have a great day.